Right then, have I got a fair bit to go through today. There's at least 2 or 3 car boots I think I've been to. Maybe 4 or 5 actually. And this is the start for 10. Right, where do we start? Let's start with the easiest. There's a nice, very old pair of calipers here. With a marking number 1 there. No, I think that's it. Let's see if that is that clearer. Yeah, is that? Yeah, I don't know what it is, but they feel almost like cast iron. And I thought they're such a lovely shape. I'll get those. So that's dead simple. Pair of calipers, we've all seen them. Now, yeah, if you've seen any of my channel before, you know that I've recently picked up a stationary engine. And I found this last week, the steam engine and gas and oil engines. The steam engine and gas and oil engines. I haven't looked at it yet. I haven't got a clue what it's about. It looks pretty technical. Will I spend any time reading this? Probably not. It was such an odd thing, nice thing. Cylinder condensation, combustion and fuel, the efficiency of a boiler. What other little gems have we got in there, John? What year is it from? 1909. There you go. The steam engine and gas and oil engines from 1909. The commonest form of steam engine. These are just chapter headings. The indicator continued, the reciprocating motion, how the valve acts, valve gears, the exhaust and feed, flywheel and governors, the boiler, strength of boilers, heating arrangements of boilers, and so on. So it's a proper steam engine-y book. Oh, look, pictures. Look. Are they pictures or are they drawings of various boilers? Yeah, I changed my mind. I am going to have a good read of that. Right. And while I was at that, I picked out for 50p or £1 or whatever it was, I found the new Fordson Major repair manual. So if anyone's got a tractor, a Fordson, and I do bump into people, I've got a brother-in-law that might have a Fordson. Yeah, handy little manual. I thought I'll get that and have a little gander. And I will do. What's that on there? I don't know what that is. A sticker from, I think it was how much it was. Can't remember. Now, I've picked up pyro tools before, as you've seen. And I remember working out of a box like this. And it's a pyro toolbox. There's a large pyro stripper there. And that's the more normal size I was used to using. What else we got in there? The old shrouds that used to go on the cables. Some of that awful stuff we used to call compound. That's what you squeeze into those blocks. Those. You'd squeeze the compound in there with the wires coming through. That must be some sort of earthing wire that's sticking out of that. There's your cover. So you'd have your 3 wires come through. You'd put that on the top of the pot, like that. Do I rest that on there? Don't want to damage that picture. Yeah, so you've done your initial stripping down. Oh, I could go on and on with this. Ooh, just grease pot. That sits in the top. Then that fits in the potting tool there. This one's well jammed. It fits in there. And you can see there's pins on it, which compresses the sides of the brass onto that plastic lid where your wires are, and they look very small, so they look like 1mm size. And that's basically what all this gubbins does. So yeah, so this was oh yeah, another potting tool. That was for pushing the pot, if I remember. That fits on there, different sizes for different size wire cables. Is that a set of instructions? No, that looks petroleum grease. That's something to do with that little pot of grease. But yeah, so anyway, this is where I'm going to now keep all those pyro tools. I'll give it a good clean up. And yeah, it's the pyro box. And I remember these when I was on the tools back in, this would be back in the 80s, we were still using pyro. So yeah, so a pyro box. I'm very surprised to find that. And a nice trip down misery lane for me. Right, so let's get that out of the way. Now, onto something here, which I picked up because I like the look of it. I didn't really know what it was, and then of course I googled it and found out it's a nutcracker. That's all it is a table nutcracker. I should have known when I saw the bays on the bottom there that it was for a table. I mean, it's looking pretty rusty. Now, when I've looked it up, there's 4 different types of these that the manufacturer made. So, of course, I'm going to have to keep my eyes open to get the set. I do like to complete a set. So, yes, so there's an indent there. Table nutcracker. It looks pretty industrial to me. That's why I got it. Now, I picked this up and met a nice fella, really nice fella, who's setting up a business at Car Boot's house with his daughters. And if I get it right, they call themselves Boot's House Sisters. Sorry, Boot's House Sisters. They don't really have a big YouTube presence, but they're on Facebook and Instagram. Boot's House Sisters, and he explained how he set up after COVID, and he loves doing it. So he's a regular car booter, and he set it up for his daughters basically. And I got this off him. I think it was £8, and it's another well, is it a security box or it's a cash box, I suppose? But this one's got the working key, and it works. Let's lock that in. Simple little key, and it works fine. I thought that was nice. So because of the key, I paid the £8. But yeah, I love those sort of things, and I love the story. And he's a very nice fella, and I hope to see him there again for a bit more of a chat. Now, right, since old Bigfoot's Cave sent me stickers and that lovely chip thing there, I've been looking at spanners again, which I'd given up on because I've got so many. But I've started to go for these smaller ones. I don't know why, but I quite like them. And I think I'm going to put a set of them in a frame. And yeah, this one's just a straightforward British-made King Dick. Nothing too technical there, Whitworth King Dick. You should be able to see the sizes okay there. We've all seen them. Snell brand, made in England, but it's a metric one. So it's a newer one, I would have thought. What else we got? Another Snell brand. Made in Britain, I think. Yeah, of course it is. Real first timer, it says on it. It's stamped in there. And a serial number on the back. It's a bit more unusual, that. It just says a number 2. Bit weird. It is what it is. And then they've got another one made in England. That's our more familiar Snell brands that you see around. A bigger Snell. Yeah, just a bigger Snell. Bigger Snell. And this one is British-made Genbro. Now, this is a BSF. I don't know that make. Genbro. But, so I picked it up. So yeah, so just a little spanner fetish on there. Now, should we go to tins? You know, I like a few tins. Well, I picked up a few here. Nothing in them. This is Potter's guitar pastels, because everyone had a good cough with her smoking heavy. Yeah, it cures coughs. Holds hay fever and bronchitis. It cures coughs, colds, hay fever, bronchitis. If they were so effective, why are they not around now? Potter's asthma cure. See, it's a cure. apparently. Gives instant relief, manufactured by the proprietors of Potter's Asthma Cure. So there you go. Sure protection against infection. And I think this could be compound glycerine of thermal pastels with AMC. Old boots there. I often open these to see if there's still a smell in them. There isn't. There wasn't in this one. So more for your heavy smoker's cough. Compound glycerine of thymol pasties. Ooh, that's soldering there. Somebody's used it as a soldering pan. Yeah, another Centurion, nice box. An A1 Ringer's A1 light tobacco, which I picked up because it was in such good nick and wasn't all scratched and buggered. And then when it comes to tins, this is a tiny, and I'll come back to that. It says Grips registered first aid pastels tasting sample. Well, look how small that tin is. But when you open it up, it's, well, small drill bits. Can you see that okay? What a tiny hinged little tin. I don't think I got one that small. I initially thought this was needles for gramophones, but it certainly isn't. And it goes on there. Right, so they were nice. While I got that, I picked up these brand new set of burrs. They look pretty industrial for the Dremel. I've never used burrs. They're sharp as a razor. But they were there, so I picked them up. I'll have to investigate how to use those, because I never have. That'll be interesting to check on. Right, this is interesting for me. It says on there, Depulse, which I think is trademark French, and inox. It's brass, dog bone, or what's the other term that they used? I know it as a box spanner, but yeah, bicycle spanner, but it's in brass, so it's not very strong, is it? I mean, if you really got going on there, you'd round them off. But yeah, French box spanner, dog bone spanner, which is I like. Now, before I'm getting right, all sorts of bits here. I picked up these rulers, pretty standard, nice old school rulers. And that one is, what's that one? Faber-Castell. I remember these. But yeah, this is the real reason I got that one, because it's a Coca-Cola, compliments of your Coca-Cola bottler. So it's an advertising one. You see that all right? And I just thought, oh, that's fun. I'll have that. I might as well have them all then. So I had them all. Made in England, these ones. What's the trademark on there? Just says trademark. Helix. Oh, we know the Helix. Faber. What's that one? Norton and Gregory. Engine divider. Oh, yes, that's an unusual scale. 1/32 to 1 foot, or 1/16 to a foot. So that might have been for a specific job. That's nice quality. But yeah, so rulers. Rulers. You've got to love a ruler. Now, I've also picked up a few odd screwdrivers. Now, we've all been down the screwdriver route. This one is one of those, I don't know the name of them, but they have this wire stripping gizmo thing in there, which probably doesn't really work very well. But I've picked up a few. What does it say on there? This one says Strip Master, because yeah, you put your cable in, slip it down, pull it off. It might work, I don't know. It won't work to anything large. It'll go up to, that's funny, it's sloped. So I suppose it goes in there and you pull that way. I might have to test it out. It doesn't look like it's ever been used. So I thought that was fun. A couple of the old Steadfast, Bakelite type handled ones. I always pick these up if I see them. I just like them. Yes, Stanley Phillips. I haven't really come across this yellow-handled Stanleys, clear plastic Stanleys before. I suspect it's a GPO use, but it doesn't say GPO on there. But where I found that one, I found this big boy as well. Stanley. Now, I'm not familiar with these yellow-handled Stanleys. That's a big one. That's a big lump of a Phillips. What does it say on there in the sticker? It's, I say Phillips, it says Posi Drive. Of course it does. Yeah, it just says Posi Drive. But yeah, got some weight on it, that old Stanley. But it's not familiar, so I picked those up. And this electrical circuit testing screwdriver. Now, we've seen thousands of these. This is a bit weird, this setup here. There's actual wires coming out the end there. But it's a steadfast, like the two little ones. So I'm not going to stick that on anything light. Might do it on a battery, see if it works that way. But need a bleeding lethal. Does that come undone? Yeah, so you could probably change the bulb on this one. Yeah, maybe that's why that does that. But yeah, so electrical screwdriver. Now, last week I picked up some squares because I like the pattern on the brass. So I picked this one up this week. This is completely different. Has anyone seen that one before? With the triple pin. The triple pin on there. Not seen. I don't think I've seen that pattern before. Usually they're in a like a try or a square, but not that shape. I've not seen that before. So I thought that was nice. And something's out a little, either the square or the frame is, but from this wonderful picture. But yeah, so I picked that one up for the pattern. If anyone knows, I was told on the last one what that the make of square that was most likely to be, but I don't know that one. So if anyone knows, feel free to share. Now, I picked up this little adjustable spanner, and it is quite small and it is quite jammed up, and I haven't completely worked out how it works. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to re-thread that. I think that slides down. I don't know how that works. Made in England, it says on the end there. Yeah, made in England by all, and it says all steel printed on that side. So another one, little one to have a look up. But I like these. It would be fun to restore that and get that working again. I think the thread's just gone on there. So a bit of WD-40, get it all moving and working, and then tidy it up. But another odd little adjustable spanner. And while I'm on about adjustable spanners, this is a lovely find. One of my favourites for a while. I found this old big boy. I thought the nut was missing off the bottom, but it isn't. It's one of those that I can't do it with my broken thumbs, but you slide it up and down by, there must be a spring in here. Now, when I looked this up, this is dated from 1877. Actually, the same date, I think, as that box spanner was dated from when I looked it up. Yeah, so these were possibly made by this firm on here, which is Morse, I think it is, Morse Limited. But it might have been Timmins, and then just they licensed it or something. But it was sold at the GLCC. And lots of them have this marking. Though that one only says GLC rather than GLCC, which I believe was an earlier version. But yes, so that is nearly 50 years old, 150 years old, 126 plus whatever 77 is, 23. Yeah, 150 years old, bar a year. And it cost me less than £1, I think, because I bought 3 or 4 items for £2 or £3. But it's a beauty. I just love these old adjustable spanners. I'm getting a bit of a thing for them. That one and that one. Yeah, just good fun. Like that a lot. It's one of my favourite ones this week. Now, we all know a pad saw and Eclipse versions of pad saws. This one's a gun one. I don't think I've got one of these. But I picked up this pad saw. Doesn't look much, does it? But from a little bit of research, there's no mark on it at all. I think it's a Diston cast iron pad saw from, again, 1877. Must have been a good year for tools. And that feels so nice in the hand and works so simply. It's just, I like my pad saws, and that's one I haven't got, so I wish it did say the maker's mark on it, but there's absolutely nothing. It's probably worn off over years of use. What a lovely, lovely thing. So 2 more for the pad saw collection. Now, briefly, back to spanners, and I picked up this Serpans French spanner, and it's a Peugeot made in France, but it has this different shaped, is that okay? A different shaped head on there, on both ends. Now I haven't put it on a nut or bolt to find out how it works yet. That's a 17mm, 13mm, so common size, but isn't that odd? Peugeot, so from a Peugeot toolkit, bike or car, I don't know, but yeah, and it's in very good condition. Isn't that odd? Yeah, there's the writing on it there. Peugeot. I think I'm driving a Peugeot. Yeah, I am, yeah. Yeah, lovely thing. Nice card, Peugeot, that I got. Right, now. A little bit of a slight mystery item. Is it a hello? Can you hear? It's a knife sharpener. Put your knife in, sharpen it across. I only know that really because it says rotary knife sharpener on the bottom. I just thought it was an odd thing. Is that wood? Yeah, it is wood. You can see the marks left here by the knives that have gone across it. It's probably as sharp as the day it was made. Yeah, I can see the sharpening wheels in there. It'd be interesting to test that out. Specially made for ladies. Especially made for ladies use. Simplicity itself, apparently. Because you don't want to tax your ladies with anything too complicated, do we? Direct tone. I can't read that. All that, unfortunately. But yeah. So, one for the ladies. Yeah. Now, another one of these made in England keys for doing your spokes on your wheels. But this was fun. Now, the fella that I got a couple of these pieces from, I think that one from, and that, gave me that, said, oh, you can have that. I said, well, what is it? He said, it's a pencil holder. You take that out, and you put your pencil in it. I said, what, oval-shaped pencil? He said, oh, yeah. Now, he was a really nice fella called Murray. I meant to say hello to Murray as well. Really, really nice bloke. A big, obsessive tool collector like myself, but he specialises in oil stones. And we got chatting, as you do. Anyway, I googled that when I got home. It is not a pencil holder. It is a posy holder. What you do is you tuck this in your pocket, in your lapel, in the little slot you have in your lapel, and then you can pop a flower in it for a wedding. And that's what that is. I think you can put water in it because obviously the flower goes in that bit, and you put a little water in there and it'll keep it fresh all day. So you're walking around with like a vial of water on your jacket. Odd thing, interesting thing, and there is a make on it. It says they're National. Now, is that National Oil Gas Company? I don't know. Patent number there, which is fun to see. Patent number 14-233-12-205328. I'll look that up later. Yeah. A posy holder. It says National. Yeah, Freeman's. Right, it's always good Freeman's. Right, hacksaw time. I picked up this old vintage hacksaw. 3 stars. Also on there, actually, and it's a 9-inch hacksaw. Refers to the length of the blade. I don't know the make. I'm guessing it could be an early Eclipse, but it's definitely 19th century. Yeah, there's no mark. I can't see anything but I haven't got one like that. I thought that is a nice thing. So that will go with the Axor collection. Right. Now, talking of collections, I have another little collection that I often do, is the fabrics. You know, the green adjustable spanners, the odd-shaped adjustable spanners. And there's usually a set of 3, but I found out, because it's quite hard to track this company down, that they produce some other bits and pieces. A vice and a grinder, a table grinder. And I managed to find both this week. There's your fabrics, made in England vice. Quite tight, but that'll clean up fine. It's also for holding small pipes by the look of it. I think the company went pop in the 80s. But yeah, so that, I don't think they were around long. I don't know who bought them out. It's really difficult to find any info on. Yeah, so fabrics. There's their vice that they made. And here is their hand grinder. Again, fabrics. You attach that to your table, and then you've got I suppose there must be a stand for it. Probably fixes on there. That's what I'm going to have to look out for, aren't I? So you give it, it's all ratioed so it goes much quicker than you turn it. But I'm going to have to look to see if there is a stand or some sort of angle tool or something to hold your blades on. Interesting. Yeah. So that, I think, that completes the fabrics line of tools. If there's others out there, I'd love to know, and I'd like to get them so I can complete it properly. I don't think there was anything else. They did the 3 adjustables and those 2, and I think that's it. An odd combination, I know, but I think that's it. Now, is it one item or is it more than one item? Either way, I haven't got a lot of room. Not my normal kind of thing, this, but I couldn't resist it because I got chatting with a fella, and he was a lovely fella, and I thought, oh, I could get this. So bear with me a second because it's quite heavy. A stainless steel bucket. That is loaded with more than 20. I know you probably can't see on the top, but with this, can you? It's probably too, yeah, I thought so. It's all too high. Let me have a little adjust. I don't normally do this because I'm not very good at it. But there you go. Pumps, garden sprayer pumps, the brass ones, all sorts of different makes. I'll use that one. Can't read it with my gammy eyes, but yeah, lots of them for a little £25, I think it was. I thought the bucket might be worth that on its own. That's a little hand sprayer, gardener sprayer, double action sprayer, solo sprayers limited, Progress Road, Eastwood, Essex. I know where that road is. I only live up the road from it. Ha! And that's where that was made, was it? Interesting. Yeah, so this is if I can get it out, this is an odd shape old one with that bulbous end on there. Pretty wormy handle. I'm going to have to go in the freezer when the wife ain't looking. Yeah, attach your hose there. Oh, it is a proper pump. Look, you stick that in the bottom in the bucket, in here, and then out comes the water. That might come in handy. But yeah, so honestly, it's a real odd mix of things in here. But I couldn't resist it. 25 quid, got me the lot. So, something else I've got to make space for. Right, let's get that down. And finally, yeah, it is finally. I wonder if you'd been admiring this wonderful picture that I'd had in the back. This beautiful picture that I bought for £1. I must admit, I didn't buy it for this wonderful design. I bought it for what it was mounted on, which was that. The old Players Navy cut. Isn't that lovely? And that's on the back. But it's much nicer than what's on the front. So, yeah, really like that. And that needs taken out of the frame, and then I might frame this all on its own. It's obviously off a Siggy box of some sort, but I thought, wow. But yeah, there you go. That's this this week's Tools and Tut. Must say hello to Oscar, Toby and Piper, or Toby, Oscar and Piper, the top grandchildren, TOP. Hello, ankle biters. And as my son always says, don't forget to, if you like all this nonsense, like and subscribe. So like and subscribe, and hopefully see you or speak to you all on the next one. Broke my thumbs up. Have a good day, and see you later.